Hey, you want the smoke? I got the smoke. Let's talk about it. All right. Well, Monday Night Raw. What a mess. I don't understand what's going on with Raw. I don't understand what's going on with Triple H and the writers of Raw. Wrestling right now, as far as what I'm seeing as the WWE, man, it's tanking and it's tanking fast. All right. Well, let's 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 get to Raw. I mean, it's sad. It's sad. And here we are with 5 days left to WrestleMania 41. And the card they had on tonight, what was going on? I mean, you got Gunther coming out, and he's telling everybody, screw everybody, and that, he's going to tell his mom about what he does, what he's going to do to Jay Uso, and everything. And it's just like, man, I mean, there was no big build up to this. I mean, even if all we got was Gunther jumping on Jay, you know, and then Jay being afraid of Gunther, and then now last week Jay grew some and he came out and said now he's not afraid of Gunther. So now they got these two separate promos and man, what is going on? I mean, we need better matches and better storylines, with the matches, you know. And then we get Liv Morgan versus Bailey. But aren't they going to be wrestling against each other for WrestleMania? Bailey with Lyra Valkyria and, Liv with Raquel, for the women's tag team title. So why are they wrestling tonight? It means nothing. I mean, absolutely means zero, nothing. We got them last week wrestling against each other as a tag team and stuff. So we've seen more of them before WrestleMania than we're gonna see now. We got to see them again at WrestleMania. I'm not understanding what's going on, with the organization. I mean, it's getting tougher and tougher to watch, WWE. I look at NXT and they need to hurry up and bring some of them guys up, you know. And then we get a promo with the three ladies, Bianca Belair, Io Sky, and Rhea Ripley. They should have been in the ring. They should have been in the ring. I mean, to have that and then just have a little feud going to bring it up, to bring people in, to make it interesting and stuff. I mean, I still don't understand why it's a triple threat. It should have still have been whoever was the champion at the time when Bianca won the Elimination Chamber. That champion should have been the champion that she would be wrestling, which would have been Io Sky. But Ripley, as she does, just like Drew McIntyre, just crying, oh me woo this, no me woo that, and everything. And so now it's a triple threat, and it really there's no build up to it. It's actually it's nothing. And every time I look at it, I just see something different with Bianca. I hope they don't turn her heel, but as it looks like going in because so much frustration because she did earn that position. And I hope she comes out the winner. I will be putting out day one predictions on the next video. And I'm hoping that she does come out and she wins this. But as of right now, it it's crazy. And I think she got the short line, of the stick. And then we get the match with Rey Mysterio and Julius Creed, which was a pretty interesting, pretty good match, by, Julius Creed being, tall and a big guy and stuff with, Rey Mysterio. But we know throughout Rey Mysterio's career, that's all he's ever wrestled was bigger guys than him because he's so small and stuff. I mean, I think he weighs a buck 180 maybe and stuff. But it was a good match. And then what we're gonna see, and then at the end of that match, here we got El Grande Americano coming in, and it, and we all know it's Chad Gable. And that match, nothing was led up to that match. Nothing, nothing, nothing. And again, it's just a match thrown together for WrestleMania. I mean, if you go back to WrestleMania, a year ago and the year before that, everything was built up to it. Everything, especially WrestleMania last year. Oh, it was so good with The Rock, Roman Reigns, Cody, that situation with Seth. I mean, it was brilliant. It was good. They led up to it good, and it was a good WrestleMania. It was good. This one, mm-mm. Nope, not happening. Not happening. And then we got the War Raiders, you know, talking about getting even with the New Day, and that is going to be war. So when you talk about war, it's going to be a no disqualification match and stuff like that, because I think when you declare war on somebody, it's going to be some business. So hopefully, and I like the promo that the New Day did. They're actually kind of getting over now. It was great. They talked good, and I think they're going to be good and ready for WrestleMania. So I'm kind of looking forward to that match to see what happens. I'll give my predictions, like I said, on another video. But please don't forget to subscribe, like, leave a comment. Let me know. Let me know how you're feeling. If you agree with me, if you got something to say, let me hear it. Let's talk about it. All right. So then we got AJ Styles against Karrion Cross. Another match just thrown together for something. This has nothing to do, no significance for WrestleMania. Nothing. Has nothing to do with WrestleMania. I mean, even at the end of the match when Logan Paul came out and stuff, Logan Paul, he can be arrogant and stuff like that, but he is very skillful in the ring. I am surprised, from the time that he has been in the ring, he has really showed up and showed out and stuff. And I know a lot of people don't like him, but he's an entertainer. I like the little package that they threw together for him. I mean, he does get beside himself a lot, but he's good in the ring. Um, so with that, and then with Karrion Cross, I don't know what kind of angle, what kind of story they're trying to, write with that or do with that and stuff as far as AJ Styles is concerned. But we're just gonna have to see. I mean, I don't know if Karrion Cross will be here for a long haul or whatever. I mean, they're trying to do something with it, so we'll just have to wait after WrestleMania to find out. So and then Jay Uso comes out and he says what he has to say, about Gunther and everything. But he was so geeked up and everything and yeeted up and stuff. So, you know, I, I I think that match might be. It's going to be a good match. Jey Uso's gonna get beat up, so be ready for that. He's gonna get his chest chopped open by Gunther. But it's gonna be a good one. And like I said, I'll give my predictions on WrestleMania on my next video and stuff. And then we have the Penta and Finn Balor match. Again, these guys will be at WrestleMania fighting against each other. But why are they on here for the last couple of weeks fighting each other? I mean, we're seeing the same matches, same everything, same people, nothing different. I know the roster is built and tight, but they, WrestleMania is here. This is it. 5 days after this Monday, there's no other thing to set anything up. Everything should have been set up from this night. You had 2.5 hours to do it, and they didn't do it. It's crazy. It's insane. You know, I don't know. It's just gonna be sour. It's just gonna be sour. Braun Breaker come down. After Penta, winning the. It was a DQ, and you know, he comes down, does his spearing, and everybody gets a little spear here and there, and he gave one to Penta, and so that was your build up for WrestleMania. Where's the storyline there? Who's gonna win that title? It should have been, it should have been just Braun Breaker and whoever, but it should have been anybody other than Penta. Hadn't been there, long enough to even get a title shot. He's only had a couple of matches, but yet he's at WrestleMania fighting for the Intercontinental title. With Dom. Dom hasn't done anything. Finn hasn't done anything. I mean, we've had some tag team matches and stuff, but nothing single and stuff. The promos haven't been good. There's no promo, saying this or that. It's always been Finn and Dom arguing amongst each other. So I don't know. I have no idea where the writers are going on, with that. And then you had Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk. Roman Reigns come out and everything, especially when he got to the arena, seeing Paul over there sitting, with CM Punk's arm around him and everything. And then when he saw that, he walked away like he was like a jealous woman. He walked away like he was mad, and stuff. And they kept playing on, playing on, playing on into it and stuff. This match is going to be the main event, but it has, I mean, there's no title. I mean, these guys weren't really feuding. I mean, Seth Rollins and CM Punk, yes, but Roman Reigns, no. I mean, he was dragged into it because he got stomped and he was put out for a couple of, few months and stuff like that. But, you know, that's been the thing that he's been doing anyway. He doesn't wrestle a lot in the ring, neither does CM Punk. As a champion, at least Seth Rollins was in the ring and he was wrestling. You got to see him every week just about and stuff. And then now he's not even in the ring doing any wrestling. So I don't understand what this triple threat is all about. It's all done on a favor, from Paul Heyman. And it just makes zero sense. Zero sense, But CM Punk got his, main event at WrestleMania. Well, he'll get another chance at that. I don't know, but like I said, I will be putting out a video, for as far as WrestleMania and my predictions and stuff. But I want to go back to the Bianca Rhea and Io Sky match. I think to me that it should be a good one and stuff. I don't like how they, like I said, don't like how they did Bianca and it and stuff, but it should be decent. It should be good. But this WrestleMania is going to be sad. And Raw tonight was a sad road to it because there was nothing making anybody hype for it. Even the crowd, in Sacramento, they weren't even in it, except for, there was a few times, they booed and got a couple of chants going. But as far as being in it like before, and it was a sellout, so I had to give them that, But anyway, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Leave a comment. Let me know how you're feeling. Thank you for watching my video. Deuces. God bless you. And we'll see you on the next video. Thank you.